Friends, as you know, we are discussing the cash flow statement. Yesterday, we have learned how to prepare the cash flow statements in a proper format. We have discussed about the calculation of net profits before extraordinary items and cash flow from operating activities. I have sent you the assignments also. From that assignment, today we'll solve some of the questions. First of all, I'll take the question number 3, in which state which of the following would result in inflow, outflow or no flow of cash and cash equivalent. So the first of this is sale of fixed asset, book value 1 lakh at a profit of rupees 10,000. So while you are selling the asset, either it is at a profit or at a loss, in both the case you are getting some cash. In that case, sale of asset always will result in flow of cash from investing activities. Sometimes you get confused when it is said that the sale of asset at a loss. But even if it is being sold at a loss, but still you are receiving some cash, so that would also result in inflow of cash. Second, sold of goods against cash. Simply you are selling goods and there is inflow of cash. That is cash flow from operating activities because it is sale of goods. Then purchase of machinery for cash. Again here we are purchasing some asset and it includes outflow of cash. Outflow of cash from investing activities. Purchase of land and building for 10 lakhs, consideration paid by issue of debentures. We have discussed when there is no involvement of cash, that transaction would not result any flow, neither it would result in inflow or outflow. So that's why here we are purchasing some fixed asset like land and building, and consideration is being paid by the issue of debentures. No cash is involved, so there is no flow of cash. Issued fully paid bonus shares. Generally, when a company issues the shares, then it gets money or something else against that. But when you are issuing bonus shares are being issued to the shareholders in form of bonus. So no cash inflow is in that activity. So that's why there will be no flow of cash. Then cash withdrawn from bank. Sometimes you get confused that cash is being increased because you are withdrawing cash from bank. But that would also not flow of cash because bank is also a part of cash and cash equivalents. So overall amount of cash and cash equivalent will be same. So there will be no flow. It means when a transaction takes place between the cash and cash equivalents, in that transaction there is no flow of cash. The next one is payment of interim dividend. This would result outflow of cash because when you will make the payment of dividend, in that transaction dividend will be paid in cash or through bank, so that would result outflow of cash. Now the question number 4, for each of the following transaction calculate the resulting cash flow and state the nature of cash flow, whether it is operating, investing or financing. We'll take first transaction, acquired machinery for 2,50,000, paying 20% by check and executing a bond for the balance. It means you are, no doubt, purchasing a machinery worth rupees 2,50,000. But what it says that only 20% will be 50,000 is being paid in cash. It means there is outflow of cash of rupees 50,000 as it is being paid for purchase of asset. So that's why it will be outflow from investing activities. Next, paid rupees 2,50,000 to acquire shares of Informa Tech Limited and received a dividend of rupees 50,000 after acquisition. So look at this. You have purchased some shares worth rupees 2,50,000. Purchase shares matlab outflow, and when you are purchasing shares, it means you are investing in some other company, so that is outflow from investing activities. But as well as you are also receiving the dividend worth rupees 50,000, and this will be treated as inflow, and this inflow will be from investing activities. So overall we are having outflow of 2,50,000 in investing and inflow of 50,000 in investing. So ultimately we'll say outflow of rupees 2 lakh from investing activities. I think I am clear. Next is sold machinery of original cost of rupees 2 lakh with an accumulated depreciation of 1,60,000 for rupees 60,000. You need to understand here the cost of machinery is given 2 lakhs. Accumulated depreciation, I think this is clear to all of you. Accumulated depreciation that we have studied in 11th also, that is the depreciation charged on that machinery till date, that is 1,60,000, and it is being sold for 60,000. It means if we check the written down value, that is 40,000, but this is being sold for 60,000. Here is a case where we are selling the asset at a profit of 20,000. But I take another example. If this asset is being sold for 30,000, in that case we must be having a loss of 10,000. But as I told you just 5 minutes back, that either we are selling at a profit or we are selling at a loss. In both the situation, there is inflow of cash. Rather, it is 60,000 when we are selling at a profit, and it is 30,000 when we are selling at a loss. But still, there is inflow of cash. So this will be inflow of cash from investing activities. These were the questions from your assignments which I have given to you. After that, now we'll discuss question number 6. In question number 6, it is being said following is the extract from the balance sheet of Z Limited. Z Limited का आपको एक जो है balance sheet का extraction दिया जा रहा है, in which you have been given equity share capital. Let me note down equity share capital. It is 8 lakhs for both the years. 10% preference share capital, that is 6 lakhs for both the years. Then surplus, or you can say balance as per statement of profit and loss, that is 7,20,000 for the year ending 31st March 2020, and it is 4 lakh for the year ending 31st March 90. After that, unpaid dividend. Unpaid dividend is that part of dividend which we need to pay. Still it is unpaid and it is our liability, 20,000. this much is the information which is given in the balance sheet extract. This is the information which is given in the balance sheet extract. Additional information: proposed dividend on equity shares for the year 18-19. It means for the year ending 31st March 19 was 1,60,000, and for 19-20, that is current year, was 2 lakh respectively. I think I need not to clear or explain this respectively. After that, interim dividend is paid 40,000 on equity shares. This point is to be noted. This is 40,000 on equity shares. First of all, when you will study this question or read out this question, you have to keep one thing in your mind, that when the dividend is declared and paid on the equity shares, in that case, that must have been paid also preference shares before equity. I think I am clear what I am trying to say. अगर कंपनी इंटरिम डिविडेंड अनाउंस करती है और डिक्लेयर करती है इक्विटी शेयर्स के लिए, तो प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स जो है दे हैव प्रेफरेंशियल राइट बिफोर इक्विटी शेयर्स. डिविडेंड ऑफ प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स विल बी paid before the equity shares. In that case, it means आपका preference shares dividend 10% of 6 lakh will be 60,000. This is the information which is given, and it is asking calculate net profit before tax and extraordinary item. So नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स एंड एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी आइटम के लिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल विल टेक द सरप्लस और प्रॉफिट एज पर स्टेटमेंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस. दैट इज 4 lakh for the year ending 19 and it becomes 720 for the year ending 20. So the difference is 3,20,000. Now we'll check the extraordinary items, in which we have discussed number 1, transfer to general reserve, which is not there in the question. Then dividend. So add dividend for equity shares, that is एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन में दिया हुआ था 40,000. इंटरिम डिविडेंड, डिविडेंड फॉर प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स, इट विल बी 60,000. अदर देन दैट, द इंफॉर्मेशन विच इज प्रोवाइडेड इज this unpaid dividend will not be touched over here because this is our current liability which will be paid during the current year. After that, we'll take the surplus was 3,20,000. Proposed dividend for 18 and 19 was 1,60,000. This is interim dividend. Now proposed dividend, that is 1,60,000. Nothing else is there, so it will be 5,80,000 is your net profits before extraordinary items. The proposed dividend for current year, ध्यान से सुनिए, अगर आपको करंट ईयर का प्रपोज डिविडेंड दिया हुआ है, आप इसको टच नहीं करेंगे किसी भी क्वेश्चन में। आप ऐड भी जो है प्रीवियस ईयर का करेंगे, अज्यूमिंग कि ये है क्लियर हो गया है, ये डिक्लेयर कर दिया है, कब एजीएम में पास हो गया है और अब इसको हमने पे कर दिया है, तो लास्ट ईयर का जो आपका प्रपोज डिविडेंड है दैट विल बी एडेड टू दिस, एंड फाइनली द नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी आइटम विल बी 5,80,000. Now the question number 8 is, from the following information calculate net profit before extraordinary items. First of all, what is the information? Surplus or the balance in statement of profit and loss opening. Question number 8. Opening balance of statement of profit and loss is 1 lakh. Then the balance in statement of profit and loss closing, same 3,36,000. Then it says dividend paid in current year. $72,000. Next है interim dividend paid, $90,000. This all information is with you in your assignment. Transfer to reserve, $1 lakh. Then provision for tax for the current year. Provision for tax for the current year, 1,50,000. This all information is there with you in the assignment. Refund of tax 3,000. Refund of tax 3,000. Then loss due to earthquake, that is 2 lakhs. And then insurance proceeds from earthquake disaster settlement. Insurance proceeds, that is 1 lakh. This is the information which is provided to you in question number 8, and you have been asked to calculate the net profit before extraordinary items. First of all, we'll take the profits as per statement of profit and loss by subtracting the previous year balance from the current year's balance. It means net profit as per statement of profit and loss is 2,36,000. The difference of these two is 2,36,000. After that, we'll add these 4 items. Dividend paid, is 72,000. Interim dividend paid is 90,000. Then transfer to general reserve, 1 lakhs. Then provision for tax. These 4 items will be added while calculating the profits before extraordinary items. Then we'll discuss these extraordinary items. This is the inflow of extraordinary item. This is the amount of extraordinary profit which already debited to statement of profit and loss. So we'll add this amount. Loss from earthquake, which is 2 lakhs. And then this insurance received from the earthquake disaster settlement has been credited to our statement of profit and loss. So these two items will be deducted, which is one is refund of tax, and then refund of tax is 3,000, and then insurance proceeds from one lakh. So we'll add these 5 items and subtract these 2 items, and finally 2 lakh, 3 lakh 50,000, 4 lakh 50,000, 5 lakh 40,000 and 6 lakh 12,000 minus 1 lakh 3,000. So it will be 5 lakh 9,000, and your total net profit before extraordinary item will be 7 lakh 45,000. These are some questions from the cash flow statement, calculation of net profits before extraordinary items. Now we'll discuss some of the questions, calculation of profits from, cash flow from operating activities. As we have discussed this, that after calculation of net profits before extraordinary item, we'll discuss the non-cash and non-operating items, and then we'll get the net profits before working capital changes. After the adjustments of the working capital, that is current assets and current liabilities, we can get our cash flow from operating activities after working capital changes. And finally we deduct from it tax paid, so that we can get the calculation of cash flow or cash used in operating activities. So we'll take question number 13. Compute cash flow from operating activities from the following information. This question is also I have given in your assignment, so you can copy the statement from over there. First of all, it is given net profit after provision for tax and payment of dividend. We'll take this question number 13. Net profit after tax and provision, payment of dividend is 2,50,000. Then it gives provision for tax, which is 45,000. Final dividend paid during the year 50,000. Depreciation is 25. Loss on sale of machinery 10,000. Patents amortized 30,000. Gain of sale of land 70,000, and income tax refund 30,000. So first of all, 2 items of provision for tax and dividend and income tax refund is given from the extraordinary items. First of all, we'll discuss that items. We'll take the profit before tax and dividend 2,15,000. Add back provision for tax to it 45,000. Dividend paid during the year 50,000, and less refund of tax, which is 30,000. Finally, we'll get 260, 310. It will give you 2 lakh 80,000. This is the profits. It was the tax provision, then dividend paid, and the refund of tax which is added back. Sorry, subtracted. 260, 310 minus 30, 2,80,000. So we'll take net profit before extraordinary item. Is 2,80,000. After that, we'll discuss the adjustment of non-cash and non-operating items. First of all, we'll take the depreciation, which is 25,000, and depreciation 25,000. Loss on sale of machinery, it will also be added. Loss on sale of fixed assets, which is 10,000. Then patents amortized, this will also be added. Patents amortized, which is 30,000. Then gain on sale of land, this will be subtracted. Less gain on or profit on sale of land. Sale of land or any gain on sale of fixed asset will be subtracted. This is 70,000. So what will be the difference? We need to add 65 and subtract 70. Finally, you will subtract 5,000 and you will get 2,75,000. Your task is not over yet. When you have been asked to calculate the profit from operating activities and you have discussed the adjustment of non-cash and non-operating items, then finally you have to subtract the tax paid during the year. And this tax paid will be taken net of refund of tax. It means provision of tax minus refund. Here your provision of tax was 45,000 and your refund of tax was 30,000. So finally you will subtract 15,000 over there and you will get 2,60,000, which is cash flow from operating activities. I think I am clear. This is so many times we have discussed about the format and the calculation. This is the calculation of cash flow from operating activities. That's all for today. You have to solve the rest of assignment questions yourself and come out with your queries. Thank you.